untold story. The night Ibrahim Babangida betrayed Muhammadu Buhari. Nigeria's 1985 palace coup, August 27, 1985. A heavy, humid night settles over Lagos. The air feels still, almost unnatural, as if something is about to shift. Inside the corridors of power, movement is quiet, deliberate. No shouting, no chaos, just whispers, footsteps, and decisions that will change a nation before sunrise. This is not a night of war. There are no explosions, no dramatic battles in the streets. Instead, this is something far more calculated, a silent operation, a betrayal unfolding in real time. To understand this night, the story begins months earlier, on December 31st, 1983. Nigeria was struggling under the weight of corruption, economic decline, and political instability. Then the military stepped in. Major General Muhammadu Buhari took control, promising to restore order, discipline, and integrity to governance. At first, many Nigerians welcomed the change. There was hope that things would finally improve. Buhari's government moved quickly. Politicians were arrested. Public officials accused of corruption were detained. Strict policies were introduced to enforce discipline across society. Order began to return, but it came at a cost. The government became known for its rigid control. The press was restricted. Citizens lived under strict rules. The famous war against indiscipline reshaped daily life, forcing compliance through authority rather than persuasion. Within the military, dissatisfaction slowly began to grow. Some officers felt the leadership style was too harsh, too inflexible. Decisions were centralized, and many believed the system left little room for consultation or adaptation. Among those observing all of this was General Ibrahim Babangida. He was not loud or confrontational. He did not openly challenge the system. Instead, he watched, listened, and understood the growing tension within the ranks. To the outside world, Babangida appeared loyal. He was part of the inner circle, a trusted figure within the regime. But behind closed doors, conversations were taking place. Quiet discussions, careful alignments. A network of support was forming, one conversation at a time. Many officers began to see him as an alternative. Someone who could lead differently. Someone who understood both power and perception. As the months passed, the idea of change began to take shape, not through public rebellion, but through private agreement. By late August 1985, the plan was ready. On the evening of August 26th, movements began quietly. Strategic positions were secured. Key military units were aligned. Communication channels were controlled. Every step was calculated to avoid resistance. There was no rush, no panic. Everything unfolded with precision. Muhammadu Buhari remained unaware of what was happening around him. There were no warning signs, no obvious threats. That was what made the operation effective. It was not designed to confront him, but to replace him. In the early hours of August 27th, the final step was taken. Buhari was quietly detained. There was no struggle, no dramatic confrontation. The transition of power happened almost silently. A leader who had taken power overnight was removed in the same way. Soon after, the announcement was made. The armed forces had decided to install a new leadership. Nigeria had a new head of state. General Ibrahim Babangida stepped forward, calm and composed. His tone was measured, his message clear. He spoke of the need for a more inclusive and flexible approach to governance. He presented the change as necessary, as a correction, rather than a disruption. For many Nigerians, the shift felt like a relief. The promise of a more open system created a sense of cautious optimism. It seemed like a new chapter was beginning. But beneath that surface, deeper questions remained. Was this change truly about national interest? Or was it driven by ambition? Was it a necessary correction? Or a carefully executed takeover? What made this moment significant was not just the change in leadership, but the method. This was not a violent overthrow. It was a palace coup, quiet, strategic, and deeply personal. Trust had been replaced with calculation. Loyalty had been redefined as opportunity. In the years that followed, the impact of that night became clearer. The new leadership introduced reforms, but also faced controversies that would shape Nigeria's political history for years to come. Looking back, the night of August 27th stands as a reminder that power does not always change hands through force. Sometimes, it shifts in silence, through planning, through timing, through decisions made far away from public view. It reveals a different side of political change, one where the most decisive moments happen without noise, and the most significant actions are taken when no one is watching. That night, in 1985, was not just about removing one leader and installing another.